what you said right there, um, that's that's it. Like I feel the same way that if we weren't doing this cleanse right now, I'll be in a way. What you said right there, yeah, that's where I'm at. Cause I'll be in a way. I don't know where I would be. You know, there's things that got so things that got so out of alignment. So even if like I know me, I haven't hit everything that I set out to do, but I'm doing way better than what I was previously, you know? Baba Will, what's good, brother?
Peace, Bible. Peace, everybody. I'm doing good, man. How about y'all? How about you?
Doing well, doing well. You know what I'm saying?
I was on my way up the floors about yeah, I was like, oh, let me make sure, man.
Yeah, hey, I'm happy you did. Cause I've definitely forgot to put it in the chat. And we were gonna do it, but I was just like, you know what? I didn't put it, I didn't feel like I gave enough notice.
Right.
And so I was just like, I didn't want Elijah to have to get out of bed all early, and then yeah,
Next time.
right. Yup, yup. Next time yeah, next time we'll do it like that. Cause it's good to meet in person, you know. So I want to do at least one time every cleanse will have some in-person event or this meeting in person at least one time, you know. But yeah. All right. Well, how you been? You say you've been good, Will. So how you feeling, man? It's 21 days, man. Well, 21 days ended yesterday.
Right, right. Yeah, I was looking at that this morning, making sure it wasn't today, but yesterday, like you said. I feel good, man. Um, like I said, I messed up on the other day. I was thinking like all veggies, but then I realized it was cooked and not raw. So I was like, all right, well, at least it was veggies. There wasn't no meat on there. Um, but other than that, yeah, it was a better week this week, so I'm good.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
X21 go.
Right. I like that we're doing so many of them because we got a chance to, make adjustment and yeah,
Right. So now with the so I know you put in there we can each day for the next 9 days we can add some meals or some meat or not meat but some cooked veggies in there. Do you
yeah.
do you recommend that or can I just keep on with the juice and raw?
You could keep on with the juicing and being raw.
Okay.
That's what my intention was when I set out.
Okay.
But for the I'll tell y'all why I formed it the way I did, and I hope this doesn't crash my computer. Hold up, let me shut down a few things here. It's about time for me to upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna start. What do I need? I need Keynote. All right, so in the actual cleanse for people that are sticking with it, right? Because um, what I think about is psychology, right? Because when I lost 100 and I want to say I lost like 115 pounds, 117, something like that. It had a lot to do with understanding the mind and how the mind works. So sticking with raw or juice and all that, we can do that and it's incredibly healthy. It's very beneficial to the body. But how long can your mind take it? Right? That's the whole thing. It's how long can the mind take it? So there's an opportunity here for the next 9 days to incorporate some cooked food and things like that, because some people may just need a mental break, right? Like giving the mind a chance to say, okay, you want this, you can have that, you know, and then it doesn't feel like it's just restrictive, restrictive, restrictive. Because what happens a lot of times is when before the brain has the neural connectors created, that that raw or that juice is the new normal, the brain is going to try to pull you back to what you were used to. And the reason why is because it has to do with a neurology, is that the body is always looking to use the least amount of calories. Our brains as human beings use up a lot of calories. So the reason why it's difficult to do new habits is because old habits use less calories because the neurological pathways are already formed. This is making sense, right?
Right, right.
So it doesn't take a lot of energy to for that neurological connection to happen. When we're doing new things, it takes more brain power because the neurological connections either aren't made or new ones have to be made. And so we're like stimulating parts of the brain using up more calories.
Okay.
Y'all tracking with me? So that's the whole idea of atomic habits and making smaller incremental changes. Because with the smaller incremental change, the neural like plasticity is just a slight thing, so it's less calorie usage, so the brain doesn't buck you back, right? Now, this is really why the spiritual part of the cleanse is so necessary with the affirmations, because if we can reprogram, when we reprogram our subconscious, the subconscious runs in the background. Like, I want you to think about your cell phone. Your conscious mind is what's on the screen, right? It is the app that you are engaging with. The conscious mind are the thoughts that you are engaging with consciously at the time. They're in the forefront of the mind. That makes sense, right? The subconscious, right, or some people call it unconscious mind, is running all the other stuff you're not consciously thinking about. You're not consciously thinking about your heart beating. You ain't consciously thinking about breathing. You ain't consciously thinking about all kind of stuff. But your how your immune system work, your lymphatic system, your endocrine, a lot of stuff. Your body and brain and nervous system is just operating on it's seemingly autopilot, but it's not autopilot. There's thinking mechanisms throughout the nervous system. All right. Not just even the brain, but throughout the entire body, there's thinking mechanisms. So what we can do is we can program, and someone will say, what you mean?
Yeah.
Right? Think about a reaction. If somebody hits you on your knee kicks out, right? Your leg kicks out. That stimulus did not go up to your brain. That stimulus was in the nerves in your knee. That's a thinking response. Y'all tracking with me? You hit the knee and it reacts. They say, well, that's your nerves. Of course it's your nerves, right? The brain is this brain, the spine, and the nerves are all one thing. They're all the nervous system. And our brains have just developed um, in a particular way. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this before. Here, let's see. I'm gonna share my screen. But let me stay on my point because I'll go all off. I'll be going off I'll be nerding out on my tangents. So, by us explaining, saying out loud affirmation, what happens is that our ears hear us talking out loud. The way the subconscious mind works is it records everything. It even records things that you consciously are not aware of. That's why dreams can be really weird, because it's really the subconscious mind processing information, and the subconscious mind processes all of the information that you've taken in. So when you look at a room, you may not notice stuff in that room. Your subconscious mind does notice it and it has recorded it because it's like a tape recorder, a video recorder. It just records everything, okay? Including what we say. So by speaking, it goes into the subconscious mind. That's why you can speak something that you don't believe to be true and program your mind to believe it. Okay? That's the power of affirmations. So, for example, in my reality, I could be not disciplined. And I know I'm not disciplined because I don't do disciplined things, right? And then I reinforce that thought by saying I'm not disciplined, right? Now that has been recorded by my subconscious mind, then other people around me also comment on how not disciplined I am. So that goes into my subconscious mind. So now consciously, I'm thinking it. Subconsciously, it's been recorded and my actions are backing it up. And it's just a reinforcement cycle, right? Now, if I want to break that cycle, I'm going to need to, someone say, well, just change your action, right? Yup. But what's going to happen? The brain, the neuroplasticity of the brain, the neural network of the brain is going to say, well, we're not used to that. Let's go back to the old thing. Less calories spent. And that's why it's hard, right? So what we can do to help this process is by say, I am disciplined. Now that part of your brain going to say, no, we're not. That's a lie, right? Right? And it's like, no, that's the whole point. We're shifting our reality. Right? If I don't like my reality, why am I so dead set on having to constantly speak it over and over and over again? If you don't like it, let's shift it. Right? So that's the way we shift it. I am disciplined. I am disciplined. I am disciplined. The ears record it. The subconscious mind records it. And then what does it do? It plays it back on autopilot. All right? How do y'all know that this happens? I want y'all to think about it. You ever got a song stuck in your head?
Yep.
All right, so y'all tell me what songs have got stuck in your head before.
Yeah.
What songs? Like what songs? Because there's particular songs that really like stick in your head.
For me, it's a commercial.
Okay, what commercial is it?
It's some Liberty Mutual commercial be popping in my head, and I hate the whole concept.
Psychology working, boy.
I'll be on Spotify, and it'll come on every once in a while in the middle of my meditation music talking about. And then I hear myself.
Oh, Liberty Mutual. That's like Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
Yeah. They know what they're doing, Black. They know what they're doing.
Right. And they did it on purpose, right? Is they make a little jingle, a tune that they have psychologists, right? Psychologists work on this. What is going to be the most catchy music? That's why right now, a lot of the popular music has these particular hooks because they're looking to hook us into the music. You see? So they have these particular hooks. Now, I'm gonna tell you the one I've been listening to Project Pat because I like watching juking dances from Memphis. There's this dance called, y'all seen it before? It's called juking. We as black folk, we so creative. They got this I like watching it. So anyway, they always be playing, they're from Memphis. They always be playing like some Project Pat. And whatever in my mind right now is bark, bark, chicken, chicken, bark, bark, chicken here. Remember that, please, whatever. That's stuck in my head, y'all. She said, love them videos. Hey, look, yeah, I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, Project Pat's music from back in the day, that was some of the catchiest music. They could catch you with a hook. 3-6, all of them could, man. Okay, so it's the same idea, it's the same concept. That's why the music sticks. You may not have wanted it, like Ibrahim said, you don't want it to stick, but because the subconscious mind has recorded it, right? It's playing. It's playing. And this is why what people say to each other is so important. Saying negative things, people can be saying it in jest, just playing. But the subconscious mind does not delineate between what's true and what's not. That's what your conscious mind does. Y'all tracking with me? All right, so I'm gonna put out, so y'all tracking with me, right? So if we keep saying some negative about ourselves, or if somebody else keeps on reminding us of something negative about ourselves, that's what's being reinforced. So we want to interrupt that cycle. All right. All right. Yeah. So have y'all had this experience? Have you utilized this type of I don't want to call it a biohack, in a way it is, but have anybody utilized this type of mentalism to reset themselves, or to reprogram themselves? Has anybody done this?
I don't know if I've done it or not. I haven't consciously done it. Maybe I've done it before in the past, but I haven't consciously did it. So this time it'll be on a different level where I actually consciously do it.
One of the keys in doing the subconscious reprogramming that I found that helps is to and I see Bob Ibrahim has his thumb up. I'll keep the chat up here. Is calming down the nervous system. So I like to reprogram mine with my nervous system calm, right? By just doing some deep breaths, some deep breathing. Deep breathing moves the brain activity from the brainstem, also known as the reptilian brain, or the reptile brain, in the back of the head. That's where our fight, flight, freeze responses, our more primal responses are. And it moves the brain activity to the midbrain and to the prefrontal cortex. And the midbrain is where we have our relational stuff is at. Prefrontal cortex is high functioning, right? So I like to calm the nervous system down and do it. But just as I explained a second ago, even if you're just if you're stressed out or whatever, but you're saying, I am healthy. This is when I utilize, y'all. I utilize this. I'm gonna tell y'all how it works for me. It was, I make healthy decisions. I am healthy. 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 I would find myself at Royal Farms about between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. ready to buy some sugar. Now, who could tell me why that time period is where I wanted sugar? Does anyone know the reason why in the evening is why I wanted sugar, in the evening and nighttime?
Oh, the parasite cravings?
Right. And what parasitical thing in particular? Because there's one that feeds at that time.
Oh, I don't know.
It start with a can.
So Candida, that's considered a parasite?
I said.
Okay.
All right. So I said today that we're going to talk about cravings, right? So Candida feeds in the evening, right? Aussie Mariska put in Candida. right? Who could tell me what is Candida? Does anybody know what Candida is? It starts with a Y and it ends with an east. It starts with a Y and it ends with an east.
Marissa put it in the
It's
chat.
in the chat.
It's
It's
in
in
the
the chat.
chat. Okay, all right. I got something else up on my screen. It's yeast. And yeast is a what? It's a fungus. Candida in the gut, an overproduction of Candida is a yeast infection in the gut. And yeast, now think about it, I'm from Milwaukee. And Milwaukee is known for beer. And to create beer or to create any liquor, wine, spirits, you need fungus. That's what creates liquor, is fermentation. And fermentation is a fungal process. It's a fungal alchemical process. And Candida is one of these funguses, is yeast. That's how you make beer is through yeast. And what the yeast will eat is hops and sugar. That's what it eat. It eat. And what is hops? A grain, right? Barley, rye. They make liquor out of this stuff, and they put sugar in it. So what the stuff eats is starch, which turns into sugar, and sugar, right? That's what it eats because sugar or carbohydrates is energy. It's just energy. It's plant energy. And that's what the fungus wants to eat. It wants to eat the plant energy in the form of the carbohydrates. And so the sugar and the grain or whatever type of, rice, you can make liquor out of rice and all kinds of stuff. So in our bodies, because in the Western diet, we have an overproduction. We eat even in a Western vegan diet, there's going to be a lot of what? Carbs, a lot of starch, a lot of sugar, right? And all sugars are not the same. But in this case, Candida feeds on fruit sugar and white sugar, high fructose corn syrup. It feeds on all of that stuff, right? And so in the evening is when I will get those cravings. That's when if you get sugar cravings in the evening, it's because the Candida literally sends out a signal that a chemical that goes into the bloodstream. When it goes into your bloodstream, it goes up to your brain, to your nervous system, and says, eat more sugar. It's like a little demon or something, like a spirit, literally, right? That's telling you what to do. Yes, Sister Wasanda.
So what is it? If like towards in the evening you want like nut butters and stuff of that nature? Is it the same thing, the Candida?
Yep, you want to look at the hidden sugars because sometimes we craving stuff, right? And we're
Hmm.
like, when I don't have cravings for sweets, I have craving for nut butters. Look and see if it got sugar added,
Okay.
right? Because most nut burgers have sugar added.
Yeah, I
It's
get
the
the ones that
natural
don't
one.
have the sugar added. Yeah.
Yeah, get the natural one without one, right?
But I be adding maple syrup to it sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah.
It is not Candida if it's if yeah, you that's something else you're craving. You're craving fat and protein, right? And all cravings aren't bad, right? The body, once aligned, the body will crave what is necessary to align itself. The problem is that they've hijacked the system, right? This Western insane system has hijacked the body through overconsumption of white sugar and high fructose corn syrup and all these sweeteners, right? So here's Candida. You can see a lot of times people, it causes this white thing on the tongue at times. You can see if you have this, sometimes what will happen is this Candida infection will actually come out on the skin. Okay. It causes a bunch of different issues, right? The way that you stop Candida is you starve it. That's how you kill it. Okay. You starve it. And that means you cut out a quick way to kill Candida is a water fast.
Yeah, I learned too. I had looked at my tongue and I saw that I had Candida overgrowth. And then I did like a dry fast, 3 days, almost a 3 day dry fast. And I saw my tongue was clearing up that fast.
Yep.
So it does work pretty fast.
Water fast is a quick way. A vegetable fast, you have to stop eating fruits because they'll feed off of the fruits. You just gotta starve it. So you could do vegetables, not carrots and beets, because they're high in what, y'all? They're roots, and roots are high in.
That's sugar.
They high in the sugar. They high in the carbs that they want. The vegetable juice is fine, but you instead of using like carrots for a base, you're gonna want to use cucumber, right? But what we want is not sweet stuff, right? So so. But again, what I found was, and you don't have to. That's a quick way to kill it. If you have sugar cravings, I'm gonna tell you one, starch cravings. Um, can be Candida. Rice, you really, really want rice, really, really want pasta, really, really want bread. Realize they put a lot of sugar in the bread. Spaghetti sauce, sugar, ketchup, sugar, barbecue sauce, sugar, 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 right? Um, so that's one. Something else about sugar cravings, okay? Well, let me ask y'all, because we're doing this as a group. Have you ever had anybody here have sugar cravings or had sugar cravings, and how have you overcome them? If you have, or if you haven't overcome them, just what's been your experience with the sugar craving?
I know. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm at work. I can't answer right now.
Okay, no, it's cool. All right, we'll move on because there's something else I want to hit with and I had some herbs and stuff too you could take. Clove tea is good, grapeseed oil, Paul de Arco, those are all great for the Candida to get rid of it. Fresh cranberries, raw cranberry juice. We're not talking about the sugar stuff in the store. You got it. It doesn't raw. It's kind of bitter. Um, it's good for the Candida, right? We got Candida. Things we got to stop: fermented foods, beer, wine, cheese, vinegar, anything that's fermented. Just chill out. Honey, alcohol, the mushrooms, the soy sauce, anything that's used with yeast, the white flour, the wheat, oats, rye, barley, all that stuff, right? This has got to stop this. We got to just stop the fermentation. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all some of the things that it'll do too. Um, Constipation, hyperthyroidism, diarrhea, abdominal pain, constant heartburn, nagging coughs, muscle and joint, canker sores, congestion, arthritis, hyperactivity, kidney and bladder infection, hypoglycemia, depression, colitis. This is all Candida, y'all. Okay? This is all Candida.
Wow, that's a lot.
It caused a lot of issues. That's why we feel so good after we do the water fast. And we kill it. That's why we feeling so amazing. You know, because we having these issues caused by this stuff and we don't realize it. Okay. And I've seen this stuff actually leave my system. It's nasty. Because it smells
How
like
does it look? How does it look?
look like yeast, look like dope.
Oh, really? Though,
Mhm.
and like it's kind of like cloudy. Is it kind of cloudy?
It looked like
Like
dope. It looked like
cloudiness of the water?
it got that fishy smell.
Ugh, I think I had that
Like
before.
when women's pH balances off and it's like yeast infection and all that, that's exactly what it smelled like.
Really? Dang,
Yup.
that's crazy.
Nasty. See my face when I talk about it. um, okay, now I want to get into some other things. So let's talk about the sweetness though craving. So the sweetness craving can be caused by that. It could also be caused by the liver, right? And I remember in the journey 1.0, we talked about this about the dopamine release within the body when we eat sugar, right? And we get the word dope, right? Drugs. It's drugs. It's literally drug addict, dopamine. It's a dopamine hit, and it makes us feel better. It uplifts the mood. And then when the dopamine levels go down, the mood goes down, right? And so we eat more and more sugar to get the mood back up. And so there's also that a straight hormonal reason, a chemical reason why. But there's something else that I want to tap on it, and it's really connected to the hormonal. And so y'all, when we eat sweet, what is it that we why are we eating sweet on an emotional level or an energetic level? Does anybody know?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You said why do we
Why
emotionally
do
eat
we
sugar?
eat sweet? And I want y'all to like don't get too caught up in your head on this. Just
I,
think about what is sweetness in culture related to.
I
In
think
it
it has an issue with feeling with love, like the love emotion.
it's connected to right. That's it.
Yeah.
It's connected to think about grandma, right? What did she call you? Sweetie pie, honey bunch. What do you call somebody who you in love with? Sweetie, honey, right? Love is what? Sweet.
We
It's sweet.
we
We
call
as men, we know women, y'all sweet.
we call each other sugar. We even call each other sugar.
Sugar, sugar pie, honey bunch. You know that I love you.
Love you.
It's sweet, right? That's how people feel about each other. They feel sweet. The parental and child love. Sweet. It's sweet. So the issue with that, so okay, so if we're not experiencing love, or let's say unconditional love, right? What's going to the sugar is what we're going to use to compensate with that. Let's go into some African science. Now, this African science connects with the physical science. All right? Because the African spirituality is science. Okay? There's no distinction, there's no differentiation within the African. All right? So you had scientists, healer, scientists, priests. So that's what Bantu is about. We are a school for healers, scientists, priests, because most of us, that's what we are anyway. A lot of us. All right, who is this? Who knows who this image is on the screen?
Is that my aunt?
That's my aunt. And Baba Ibrahim may have another pronunciation for ma'at, then if he does, he can share it with us.
No. It's Medu when you same.
It's the same thing in the Medu.
Yeah, like if you show her name written in hieroglyph form, it's called Medu. The Greeks call it hieroglyph, but you'll see the M bird, you'll see the two A birds, you'll see the sun coming over the horizon, and then the ideogram of a goddess. So just the way you're saying it is correct.
Ma'at, right? So ma'at, we're talking about balance, harmony, reciprocity, justice. It's where we get the idea of the scales of balance in the lady, what is it called? The justice person that's on the courthouses with the scales, with the blindfold and all that. That's their version of this, right? Their bastardization of it, or plagiarization of ma'at. So balance, harmony. All right, I'm going to use a word here: homeostasis. Y'all familiar with that in terms of the body, right? The body is constantly trying to reach ma'at. It's trying to reach a balance, a harmony, a homeostasis. Okay? All right. Now, so when we don't have enough love, our system, now let's think about the body in the actual word of body, right? Like the body is a collection of things, right? So the body, so now let's think holistically. So I have a mind, I have a spirit, I have a physical body, which is a collection of organs or organisms. My liver, my kidney, my spleen, my digestive tract, my heart, my lungs, right? These are all things working together with my conscious and subconscious mind, with my lymphatic system, cardiac, like all these different systems, right? With my soul, with my spirit, with everything, with my ancestors. Like, let's keep going, right? With my ego, with the different parts of my psyche, all of this, with my higher self, with my egg bay, everything. This is working. When we don't have enough love, we're not channeling enough love, what can happen? Or when we're not giving it enough or receiving it enough, we'll have the craving for sugar. All right? Sugar. So now I'm gonna go through. Now I'm taking this is Dr. Llaila Afrika, his book, African Holistic Health. Y'all know the Bible was from Baltimore. So I'm gonna give y'all some different things. Somebody can write them in the chat. So sugar helps satisfy the need to give and or receive love. Salty redirects anger, frustration, violence. Now just think about that. Sugar and salt. So if I'm having issues with my partner or I ain't got one, and I'm frustrated with that partner or I'm frustrated I ain't got one, I'm gonna crave what? Fries and ketchup. Fries and ketchup.
Mm.
Just like that. Right? The ketchup got the sugar, the fries got the salt. A burger. Why? The bread got the sugar. The rest of it, the meat got the salt. And the ketchup on it got the sugar in it. We could just keep going down the list, y'all. Y'all tracking with me? I want that Chick-fil-A sandwich now. Salt.
Mm-hmm.
Almost the majority of our culture, Western culture, let's keep on going. Crunchy helps release anxiety and social pressure caused by cultural abrasion. AKA white supremacy. The pressure who knows the story about this? Where this how they started figuring this out? It has to do with black folks on that slave ship. They started to do what? What's on your body that you can crunch on? Nails. Nail biting. What else is crunchy? Potato chips. What do black folk love eating? Potato chips. Chips. Back to the fries. Oh, crunchy. Fried chicken. Taco Tuesday.
Pork chops, fried pork chops.
Come on. It's helping us release the anxiety and the social pressure caused by white control. Because we're under a certain level of stress, and if we know it or not, if we're recognizing it or not. And you know how I know? Because when I leave up out of this country and I get up into another country, I can feel that stress leave up off of me. I can breathe. Another one. So when they talking about, oh, we overweight, our people are overweight, there's a reason. It's why we got to stop judging each other and judging ourselves so much. Creamy helps satisfy the need to be nurtured and comforted. Creamy helps satisfy the need to be nurtured and comforted. Who in here has had the feeling you need to feel you need to feel it? I need to be nurtured. I need a hug. But y'all know me. My main nurturer just passed away. So what am I going to want? Something creamy. It just struck me. One of y'all tell me, why is it that we want something creamy? This ain't in here. I haven't read this. It just hit me. Why? Who's our main nurturer?
Mother.
And so why we want something creamy? We're hardwired with it.
Milk.
Milk. The milk from the mammals come from the mother. There is nothing more nurturing than being at your mother's breast. Nothing.
Yo, that's wild, man. Because all my cheese got to be melted. I don't want my cheese hard. I got to be melted. I want my ice cream to be creamy. If I could, the more creamier it is, the better, man.
Mm.
Right. Another craving. Chewy. Chewy relieves tension and stress and the need to slow down and unwind. When I think chewy, and maybe what's another food? I'm just going to candy. But what else is chewy that people like to eat? I think about the gummy bear, the licorice, Next one, Bready. Relieves feelings of insecurity and soothes dissatisfaction. Insecurity and soothes dissatisfaction. Now, the interesting thing about this is us that are melanated people within the United States of America, especially so-called black folk, we go through each one of these at the highest level. I say, maybe the highest level on planet Earth due to our particular experience within the United States of America. And so the snack time and us wanting these things, right, is deeper than just a lack of discipline. We literally are reprogramming the system, and we have to ancestrally heal. We healing our DNA, y'all tracking with me? So this is past aesthetic. I'm just trying to look good for the summer. I want to snatch waist. I want muscles. I want to whatever abs. That's all good and all. But this is so much deeper of why we have these addictions. So if we're not in a place of being secure, if we're not in a place of being satisfied, if we're not in a place of being able to slow down and unwind, or being nurtured and comforted, and being not being anxious or feeling the social pressure from white supremacy, and if we don't have an outlet for our anger, frustration, and violence, and don't give or not giving and receiving enough love, right? This gonna get us. Okay? Because that's how this works. And that's why we a lot of us are unhealthy. Okay, with these particular cravings. All right. So why the affirmation practice is so important is that we can target these things directly through the affirmations to reprogram the subconscious mind, to give ourselves these things. We can reprogram the brain because our brains have been getting programmed via the system, right? Y'all remember in the Matrix when he would go into that white room and then Morpheus would call up. He would be like Kung Fu, and then he would get a download of Kung Fu. They would just type it in and put the program in his brain, and he was like, "I know Kung Fu." And they went to remember that. We're doing that through the meditation process, right? We do that when we do past life regression. We do that when we do inner child work. We do that when we connect into the ancestors. We're literally because and then I'll say it just like this. Where's the one at? Creamy helps satisfy need to be nurtured and comforted. I'm at home, and Granny is while she was dying and after she passed, and my mother had memory issues, and I'm dealing with all that at one time. And then I get injured, bruised ribs and a hurt knee. I needed some comfort and some nurturing, right? Well, Wisconsin, where I'm from, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is known for its dairy. We are the dairy state. And there's a certain type of ice cream called frozen custard. And ain't none of y'all had none until you have Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Wisconsin frozen custard. That Rita stuff is trash in comparison to what we have. It is on another level. You can't even put it in the same category. It's made with eggs, cream, milk. Don't play with us. And Granny's favorite was butter pecan. Oh my God. It's on Sunday. I'm about to shout, Mariska. That butter pecan ice cream was so good. I swear it got me through being celibate. Back when in my 20s, I would eat that. I said, I don't remember. I said, it's close to sex. It ain't sex, but it's close, nigga. Oh my God. Make love to this cone. The cone is crunchy. Oh, the saltiness of the pecans. Oh, the creaminess of the cream and the sweetness. It was hitting many of these different things all at one time. I ain't playing with you, right? And so guess what I went and did? Yes, the Baba Akidele, super disciplined, 40-day water fast, all of that shit. I went and got me some butter pecan ice cream, extra turtle sundae, put the fudge and the caramel on top. Please, nigga, help me. I put extra pecans on the top of it. And I want a waffle bowl. I don't even want the cone, put in a waffle bowl. So I can break off the edges and scoop it like the nachos. just way off. And what did it do? It hit many of these different areas. And as I think about it, well, why in the world did them old folks back in the day eat that butter pecan ice cream anyway? Because they in America too. Right? My grandmama from Macon, Georgia. You feel me? She tell me when she a little girl, she remember the when they was talking about Ku Klux Klan and drove a black man. She said he drove a Negro through town, hooked him up to a truck and dragged his body to kill him through the town. Right? And then she go to Milwaukee. She went to Philadelphia, then Milwaukee. You know, worst city in America for black people, Milwaukee. And then that's where you raising up 5 kids and all this other stuff and the family issue and all this other kind of things. And Granny held that space. So yeah, she ate her butter pecan ice cream. Right? And lived to be 96 because she had good, because why? Because she programmed herself every night on her knees in prayer. That's the prayer, y'all. That's the prayer. She aligned herself by praying every night, speaking that prayer, and that prayer getting recorded back into her subconscious mind that she's blessed. And she create that reality for herself. Y'all see, this is the practice of our ancestors. This is the practice of our mothers and of our fathers, the ones who was in alignment. She did it through her Christian practice. Other people do it through their Islamic practice. Some do it through their African traditional practice. Some do it through some type of New Ageism or mindfulness or yoga or whatever, right? But the practice need to be done. Okay. All right. Now, so and Granny was on her feet she worked, you know, on it's like physical manual labor. A lot of us, we got desk jobs and stuff. That's why we had to cut out the butter pecan ice cream. Granny would be out in the yard. She'd be doing all kind of stuff. We ain't doing that. We sit at computers. We sit at home. We be tired. We sit at, you know, so it's a different world now. So we had this. So that's one of the reasons why we're gifted this technology of the raw foods, right? We're gifted the raw food chefs like Brother Dewan, Dr. Aris Latham, right? So we can create a lot of these foods, y'all, in a raw form. We can have the bready, the chewy, the creamy, the crunchy, the salty, and the sugary. All right. And so, yeah. All right, y'all. We're about to switch over to our talk. Peace, Chanel. We're gonna switch over to our talk, but yeah, I want to put a nice little ending on this. So, any thoughts that's coming out of here? Any takeaways that y'all have from what we just talked about here? Or any wisdom anybody want to share?
Nah, because you showed the cover of that book you was reading from again.
It's African Holistic Health, Llaila, Africa.
Copy.
Yep. And I will take a picture of this particular part. I think I have before, and I'm gonna put it in the Telegram group. Right. And so, recipe real quick. Nice cream. How can I get that same creaminess, that same thing? I make bananas. Take the soaked pecans that I've dehydrated. I can add, if I want that saltiness, I can add some black salt to it. I can put this together with some agave, not agave. I use the dates, some cinnamon. You know, I could put cashew milk in it. I can make my own walnut milk. I can add to it, so I can get something where I'm gonna still get these taste flavor profiles. And that's not hitting the root thing, right? The root thing would actually be to go ahead and work on these actual things. But I can still get these flavor profiles to help me in the meantime to get back to some kind of like balance. All right. And in a future session, I'll share with y'all from Aya Educational Institute, went through the Warrior Healer builder workshop, and they gave us a mechanism to deal with our emotions and really handle them. So we'll do that in another, and that's gonna hit this on a deeper level, y'all. The cravings. All right. All right. All right. How y'all feel? How y'all feel? Woo.
Good in
Good.
yourself.
That was really good.
I say. I feel good. I feel good. I like teaching. I come from a family of teachers.